Om Shanti. Good evening. A very warm welcome to Tuesday evening session. As you all know, today's topic is spiritual posture. I'm sure all of us have heard the term posture, isn't it? Posture, right? Generally, it can be said as the way we hold the body, the way we position the body can be explained as a posture, right? So posture, like in general, whenever we are sitting or standing, it is recommended to have the back straight. So when our back is straight, which means when the spine is very much in the neutral position, it is healthy for the body. Because the spine originates from the base of the skull, it starts from there, and it goes all the way back down into the lower lumbar spine and the tailbone. So however much we focus on positioning the spine in a particular way, in other words, it influences the shoulders, it influences the front of the chest as well, right? We can keep the head and neck in a right position. If the upper position is recommended like that, and when we are sitting, it is said that to keep the feet flat on the floor, so the energy is flowing, and the knee and the hips to be in the same line. The same goes when we are standing, the hip and knees to be in the same line. So that, this general posture for the physical body, it helps to keep the energy flowing, and it helps to keep the rest of the body in a right position as well. It is not only just limited to while sitting and standing, right? If you've gone to the gym, you'll be knowing that they very much recommend on looking after the posture first. No matter what equipment you go on, right? You may be using weights or any equipment, they very highly recommend to watch your posture. Why? Because if we don't have the right posture and we just go on using the machine, it has very harmful effect on the body. It may do more harm than good. They do suggest how you have to use the joints, right? The major joints, especially the shoulder joint, the hip joint, the knee joint, how you have to use it according to the activity you're doing. Right? And when you're using the weights, lifting weights, how you have to use the elbow joints, in what angle you have to position. When you're bending down, in what angle you have to keep the knees. Use the upper body in a particular angle, so as you're not overusing or misusing the lower back. Because we are not using the lower back in a right way or the abdominal muscles in a right way, we tend to hurt our lower back, right? Especially while lifting weights, right? We need to bend our knees and then lift what is the heavy we are lifting. So this general recommendation it goes all along. Maybe while you're driving, while you're playing any sport, we need to know the body's right alignment, so as to get the maximum benefit of the activity we are engaged in, isn't it? And even how about the yoga practice, the Hatha Yoga, right? This month, we are celebrating International Yoga Day on 23rd of June. Even when we are practicing yoga posture, there when we say yoga asanas, it translates into pose or postures in English. For example, if the asana is like trikonasana, in English it is said as triangle pose. And when we are in that pose, it is called as the posture we are in. There are different styles of Hatha Yoga. Have any of you done yoga? Yeah? What style have you practiced? Breathing? Okay. Okay, yeah. So one of the style in yoga is the quick movements of one pose into the other. There is constant movement of the body moving one into the other. And the other yoga practice would be to do the practice in where the room temperature is very high. It's called hot yoga, right? And also another style of yoga is based very much on the relaxing the body, focusing on the breath, releasing the muscles, releasing any tension consciously. Right? So every style of yoga has its own advantages, its own benefits, and reasons how it is being done like that. One another practice of yoga, Hatha Yoga, is where very much the focus is on alignment of the body. How we align the muscles when we are doing the yogasana, how we align the joints of the body. In turn, why the emphasis is on that? Because it in turn helps the organs of the body. Both the sides, we have different organs, like one side we have liver, other side gallbladder, all that. So when we are using the muscles and bones in a right way, aligning the body, the internal organs are benefited, and in turn the system, like maybe like digestive system, maybe like circulatory system, they're also equally energized. So that is why in that style of yoga, emphasis is on the physical alignment. And also when doing that yoga practice, whatever time we do on the right side, for example, when we hold the pose for maybe like 30 seconds or 60 seconds, we match the same length of time to the other side. So that again, both the sides are equally energized. Not one is overused and one is underused. It shouldn't be like that. So there should be harmony in the body, the entire body, both the sides of the body. So again, the posture is very much emphasized there. Right? It goes all across, whatever, even in the sport, whatever sport we are playing, it is good to have a right alignment, how we twist our shoulders, how we twist at the hips while hitting at the bat. So, it has to be right. Otherwise, again, more harm could be done if we are ignorant about the basic posture of the body. Yes, all these are physical postures. Right? How about the spiritual posture? Physical body is external. We do take care of it. We may be aware of it. What about the spiritual posture? When we keep this understanding in mind, what would your explanation or what would your definition be of spiritual posture? What would you say? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Confidence, yes, okay. Positive thoughts, peaceful. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. 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 Yes. Mm-hmm. So focusing on the thoughts, focusing on the breath, focusing, being on peaceful, being calm, right? Again, it is the right posture. For whom it is the right posture? That is for the soul, right? For the spirit. In other words, soul, spirit, Atma, the being, the true self or the real self, all these could be different terms that are used for the same thing, right? The being. Let's hold on to that word, right? When we say as a spiritual posture, definitely the posture of the spirit, isn't it? So to begin with, to have the right posture, I need to have the right understanding of who I am, right? Who I am, what is my nature? To start with, I have to know, before aligning on posture, aligning the body in a particular position, I need to know about the body. What are these joints? What are the names of these joints, right? How do I use it? What is the range of motion of this body? I need to know, right? Similarly, I need to know myself as I am. Then I can come to the posture, right? Speaking of the spirit, how would you see yourself as? Who are you? If I can ask that, what would you say? Who are you? Okay, point of light. And what would you explain as the qualities of the point? Let's take the physical dimensions, right? When we think of anything physical, it is like easily visible. If not easily visible, maybe some with like, equipment like microscope or telescope, we are able to see that anything that is physical. And anything physical can be touched. It can be felt how it is. Right? At the same time, anything physical is destructible. Right? It can be destroyed somehow, some way. And some of the things are perishable. Physical objects or everything come under these categories. Right? When compared to that, how would you define the being? Yes, yes. So the soul cannot be destroyed. It cannot be destroyed. And it is also imperishable. Imperishable, and it is always there. Since the being is an energy, as you said, it is a like point of light. If we say it is energy, so it cannot be destroyed. It is eternal. It's there forever. Right? And the big difference is physically we can see everything, but the soul cannot see it. Why? Because it is so subtle. Right? It is non-physical. Because it is non-physical and subtle, it cannot be seen. It cannot be touched. It cannot be felt. But knowing the eternity of the soul, that is a big security. Right? So knowing the eternity of the soul, when I come from that background of knowing myself, who I am, oh, this is me. And not identifying with maybe like the profession I am in. Maybe the titles I hold at work. Maybe the family background I have. The religion I follow. Right? All the achievements myself or my children have. So when I'm not associating myself with all these things, which can change at any time, which is not in my control, when I'm separating myself from these variables, right, then I can say I am in the right posture. Isn't it? Because I have the right understanding of my own self. Now, one may ask, what is wrong in me identifying in all this? Yes, I do hold a post in a job, right? I have earned hard for it. So why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I say that, that is me, that is mine, all that? Why? Because if I start to recognize all the few things that was mentioned, and also like maybe like the house I live in, or the car I drive, the expensive car I drive, everything that I'm using or whatever I've achieved materialistically, if something goes wrong there, and it can happen at any time, right? We don't know. It's very uncertain. So if something goes wrong there, I'm going to be heartbroken. I would be heartbroken would be a just simple term. It could be much worse than that. That is why we do hear so many different news, how people take their setbacks in life. Right? So recognizing myself as I am, truly for who I am, and then coming into the outside world, interacting with the world, that would place me in a better position. If I have recognized myself as I am, even if something goes wrong, like highly probable things may go wrong, right? Anything may happen. I may say whatever the positions and possessions I have, anything may happen to that anytime. So if something goes wrong there, I'll be in a position to handle it better because I'm in a right posture, because I have the understanding of my own self. Not just understanding it, but also using it. right? Knowing is one thing, understanding is one thing, accepting is another, but living by that knowledge, that helps me a lot. That puts me in a better position to handle the different circumstances in life. So this would be, if this is a brief, short introduction of the self, let's come to the qualities. Body has everything, right? Organs, bones, skeletal system, everything, nervous system, all that. So even the spirit has the different faculties, right? Mind, intellect, and the sanskars. It has qualities. So what qualities do we have? What qualities does the soul have? Innate qualities, and they are? Yes. So, sorry? Blessing. We do receive blessing. Yes. So these are some of these qualities. And when we use these qualities more and more, we are again holding ourselves in a better position. And again, these qualities, just like the being, they are imperishable. Nobody can steal these qualities from us, right? It cannot be stolen. It cannot be destroyed as well. It is there. It is innately there in each and every human being. Each and every human being, irrespective of nationality, irrespective of religion, customs, beliefs, right? And whatever like the nature I have adopted, but still underneath everything, these basic innate qualities of the real self is there. Only we need to tap into that energy. See what it is. See how it feels to be that. Right? Recognizing that and using that again. Isn't it? So these qualities has to be used more often. When we have positioned the body in a wrong posture, the body mechanism shows if the body posture is wrong in the form of pain. Right? Recently, it so happened, one of the family member, she had a mild injury in the lower back. So without surgery, she was asked to take bed rest and heal the body. So whilst she was doing that, of course, she had to do some minimal walking movement. So while moving around, she began to compromise her posture. Like, what we do is like if the right side is like little weak, we tend to take more support of the left side. So something like that she has done. So has to compromise with the pain. She has adjusted her body movement, and that has become a little bit more serious because of the wrong posture. Now her initial injury, that has been healed. No more pain. But because of this wrong posture, she has pain in the other parts of the body, which in fact is taking longer time to heal. It is just a matter of weeks. See, it is how the beauty of the body is, right? However you use it, it adapts to it. For example, if you sit with the rounded back at work, right, in front of a computer, the body does adapt, like then the bones curve in, the muscles shape around that bone, right? If you are sitting with the rounded back, again, hunchback, some people have. How you position the legs and feet, accordingly, the body adjusts. But at some point, it shows the pain because it is not good for the body. Right? Similarly, if that can happen to the physical body, do you think if the being is not positioned well as it should be, do you think there will be pain? Yeah? Yes or no? There will be pain? It's some pain. Yes, right? So pain in what form do you think it will be? Yes, not in the physical form, right? So what form of pain you will experience if the being is not aligned properly? Yes. Very true. Yes. And it, many come under that list, right? So frustration, irritations, anger, sadness, right? So many come under this. So even when the inner posture is not right, that is the way of conveying, right? These through these feelings that your posture is not right. Look at the posture, right? It does give us signals in many different ways, many different ways. So what do we do then? Do we handle it instantly? Do we take care of it right away? But do we?
Initially, it takes longer.
Mm-hmm.
By and by, when you realize, get back, you will realize.
Mm-hmm.
Get back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So how do you get back when you say that to the feelings that you observe? Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
And then I try to correct it, go back. Meditation helps me.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking goes not the right, just sitting quiet,
Mm.
back to the right posture.
Mm-hmm. Yes, very true. At the onset of it, maybe as you said, it took some time. It does take time for everyone, not like, instantaneously, like we cannot, right? So the one of the ways to look at those feelings, one is to observe those feelings as a sign that, why I'm feeling like this? Why? Questioning that. And to take the necessary step, as sister said that, sitting with oneself, asking question, why is this feeling? What made me feel like this? And tracing back the steps maybe to thoughts. Even though thought is the direct method to question, but feelings becomes easy to notice than thoughts. So we are kind of taking a backward direction, checking with the feelings first, how I'm feeling, what is the reason, and tracing back the steps to, okay, my thoughts are. Whom did I meet? How was the conversation? How did I respond? What made me feel after that? So tracing back these steps helps me to analyze what I did, where I did, what should I have done, what should I do next, right? So there is a realization and I take necessary steps. But do we do this all the time? Every one of us have different ways of looking at the feelings and handling those feelings, right? Some of us may do like that, what sister said. Some also may go into denial. They may see that, okay, something is not nice, something I'm not feeling good, but they go into complete denial as if like everything is all right. Maybe they put up a face that everything is fine going in my life. Internally also, they say to themselves, everything is fine, they just go on. But if the feelings are strong, it just doesn't go away like that. Right? It stays, and there comes a moment of reality. There could be big outburst of emotion. Right? So if some go into denial, there are possibilities of some going into suppressing the feelings. Right? They're like, I do notice there is some feeling, I'm not feeling good, I should do about it, but I don't want to deal with it now. So I suppress those feelings. Anything suppressed has to pull back up, right? And how do I suppress those feelings? Maybe I binge watch, right? Some shows, or maybe I go into substance abuse. Right? I could find different methods to suppress, which is a little longer distraction. Another kind would be to distract those feelings. Again, like, short-term goals, all this distraction is. I'm not feeling good. I have to do something, but I don't want to do something. Just let me see that, it's not there. Let me do something else. And short-term distraction would be like going for shopping, watching movie, or spending some time, however. So this kind of evasion we try to do with the feelings. But if it is not taken care, it doesn't just go away by itself. When we sleep, it is there. When we get up, it is still there. And even like, I might have Put it aside for some days, weeks, months, but because it is still there, because it is not resolved, because it is not sorted, there might come a time when it comes out all of a sudden. Then I may be surprised, or people in the front may be surprised. What happened? Everything was fine. Why is this reactions out of nowhere, right? All of a sudden, why is this reaction? Because there was bottled up feeling. Right? So when the posture is not right, the pain is shown in the form of feeling. And sometimes we conveniently convince ourselves, also we tell others, stress is normal, right? Anger is natural. How can you be without anger? Ego is essential. Maybe it is high time we reassess this vocabulary we use. None of this is essential. None of this is natural. None of this is my true quality. None of these puts me in a right posture. When the posture is not right, definitely there is pain, one way or the other. Right? Instead, if I start using my true qualities quite so often, it keeps on increasing. Just like if we are using the muscles quite so often, right? Maybe like if I'm using the legs in some exercise, the leg muscles are strong. With the muscles strong, joints flexible, I'm in a better position to do different activities. The same goes with the upper body, right? So whichever muscles I use, the more stronger it becomes. Here too, if I use the virtues, if I use my inner qualities quite so often, that becomes stronger, my strong side. In the sense, if it's easily accessible for me, I can use it whenever I want. Because it is right there. Right? And because I have made it as my own quality, not something else, not anything foreign. Whatever it's mine, I have made it my own. I have accepted it. I have used it. Because it is easily accessible, that puts me in a powerful position. Again, if powerful in the sense, if something goes wrong, I'll be able to handle it better. Not much of a reaction or, subduing myself, nothing of that sort. It is essential to know myself, understand, and these qualities and use them in a right way. Just like the body, there's a lot of commonalities between the body, the physical posture, and the inner posture. The more we understand it, the better we are in life. Not only the right inner posture, it helps for the alignment of the body as well, in terms of keeping the body healthy, because if the mind is healthy, it has influence on the body. And not only that, it also helps me in my relationships. Relationship could be with nature. Relationship could be with my family, my colleagues, right? And overall, the quality of life is definitely much better. So as much as physical posture is important, spiritual posture also equally important. It depends on how much I give importance to. It is left to us, each individual, how much I give importance to, how much do I want to know. It is just maybe like a thought away, right? I make a decision of knowing myself. I take steps to know myself better. When I know myself better, I take a determined thought to put it into practice. It is just in me, what I want to do, what I want to feel, how I want to feel, how my life should be. It is entirely up to me, right? The avenues are definitely open. Avenues are there. Just the conscious decision has to be made, right? So would you like to add anything on that? The spiritual posture, any thoughts? Mm-hmm.
Times we have a lot going on, a lot of emotions, a lot of things to handle in daily life.
Mm-hmm.
So we tend to basically not ignore, but prioritize
Mm-hmm.
things that are bubbling up on the top. obviously we tend to look at those first,
Mhm.
and this needs attention right now.
Mm-hmm.
We are maybe crying, so we have to take care of the baby.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll come to number 2, number 3, number 4 on the list.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes ball drops.
Okay.
Obviously, and you were right basically in terms of those things. Even if they fall to the ground,
Mm-hmm.
they are still out there, and they might.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, understandable that, you have to prioritize when, especially in the work and all, right? But again, like, you can reevaluate again, because like, that shouldn't impact the thing that you're prioritizing. If something is in the back of the mind and I'm still trying to do something else, it shouldn't, have that negative influence on what I'm prioritizing. Maybe that we can check a little. Right? Anything else?
So can you hear me?
Mhm. Mhm. For that fear, like, again, recognizing my own self, as we shared in the beginning, like seeing the one's own self as is, because one's form is of eternity, right? The soul cannot be destroyed, or nothing negative can happen to the soul. So when I have that security, something going on externally shouldn't bother me really. Why? Because external things change, but internally the core, that is the being, that is not influenced. That quality of eternity remains the same. When I'm secured in that position, there wouldn't be fear or worry. When there is a fear or worry, again, that is not a positive energy. So that certainly wouldn't help me to, even if there's something big happening outside, that would definitely help me not to face that or to deal with that. Me coming back to the position of posture of being peaceful or being kind, that starts with my own self first. So when I start with that posture, maybe like I'll be able to discern and find a better solution to the outer problems. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Observer. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. Having the clarity, having the distinction that two are separate. The being is separate, the external physical, whatever it's happening, is separate. And making the self, how do I say, eternal. That is, that nothing is going to happen to me. Truly nothing is going to happen. Placing myself in the secure position, that gives me a lot of confidence. Mm-hmm. Yes. 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 That is there. And definitely we do handle it. We do take care of it. It's not that I'll just ignore it. Right? I do take care of it, but positioning myself in a right posture and then taking care of it. As we know, anything negative, anything, or even if we are emotional about something, right, we'll not be able to solve the problem because that emotion takes us over. Right? Even if I'm emotionally sad, I'm feeling very sad and something happening, so I will not be able to judge properly and make a right decision, because this is overweighing. The negative emotion is overweighing, right? Unless I calm myself down, then I can, handle it better, because I can see it better. Mm-hmm. Right. Easy, right? Yeah. Okay. Shall we go into the experience of it? So I would like to suggest those who are on Zoom, if you're at home and doing multitasking, please take few minutes to sit down. And even if you're sitting on a couch or sofa, the bed, try to sit on a chair which has the back steady. We'll begin with relaxing the body first, aligning the body, and then go inwards. Sitting comfortably, but alert. Have the back straight. Gently draw the shoulders back. And place your hands on top of the legs. And slightly separate your feet. And feet is flat on the floor. Begin to lengthen the toes and relax them. Begin to relax the feet. And relax the lower part of the legs. Relax the upper part of the legs. And feel the entire legs to be completely relaxed. Begin to relax the belly. Relax the chest muscles. And relax the back body. The front and the back of the upper body is completely relaxed. Gently lengthen the fingers. And relax them. Relax the palms. Relax the forearms. And begin to relax the upper arms. Both the arms are completely relaxed. Begin to relax the neck. And relax the facial muscles. The entire front of the body. entire back of the body is completely relaxed. Quietly, just like the setting sun, take a look at the self. The real self. The being. The being who is very distinct from anything physical. Innate qualities of this being of genuine happiness, unconditional love, limitless peace. I am a peaceful being. The being that is positioned in the center of the forehead is radiating the quality of peace. This peaceful energy is radiating the entire forehead, and in the face. This energy of peace begins to flow down the neck, into the shoulders, into the arms, the energy of peace makes its way down the upper body, filling the upper body with the same. And down into the legs. Every cell of the body is being nourished with the peaceful energy. Entire body is filled with the energy of peace. And it radiates into the atmosphere wherever I am. How does it feel? How does it feel to be just me? As a being of light. How does it feel to feel one of the true quality of myself? How is the body taking it? Shanti. any of you have questions, feel free to ask. Anyone here? Okay. Thank you everyone for joining. Those who are here in the classroom and those who are in the Zoom room. Thank you very much and have a wonderful evening. Om Shanti. Shanti.
Thank you, sister.
Thank you very much.
Shanti. Thank you.
Om Shanti.